Thursday, November 26th, 1981. A day that changed my life forever. Now, I wish I could tell you I remember it like it was yesterday, but the lights were bright, and I was disoriented, and I seem to remember getting hit a few times. By the grace of God and the love of Simon and Rita, I was brought into this awesome world. A life full of wonderful and amazing experiences lay ahead. Having dedicated, hard-working, and loving parents taught me some great life lessons, and I'm forever thankful. Sitting at Dad's bedside, watching him deteriorate, withering away, a shadow of his previous existence. Lung cancer. Heartbreaking to watch, totally demoralizing for Dad. He and I had great discussions about life and family. We reminisced about the great times and the not so great. I made a commitment to leave work at noon every Thursday to drive the hour and a half from Valley View to Grand Prairie to invest the afternoon with Dad. Just like my very first Thursday when I was brought into this world, those Thursdays with Dad changed my life. He and I did all sorts of things while he was still able. Inevitably, the time came when he was too fragile and weak to leave the house. I'd get into bed and sit beside him, both of us propped up against the headboard together. We talked about everything under the sun, sharing how we thought things were from our different perspectives, as well as discussions on how things could have been different, or how they should have been, or how they could have been. I traveled to GP and sat in bed with Dad for 6 months. It was on one of those Thursdays that Dad said something to me that hit me like a ton of bricks. Jimmy, I've lived my life trying to do the best I could. I've made mistakes along the way, and I'm sorry for them. There's so many things that I wanted to do and see that's not going to happen now. I'm never going to see my grandkids graduate or get married. I won't be around for any more Christmases or birthdays. All I'm asking is please don't make the same mistakes I've made. Go out and experience life. Enjoy your family and the people around you. Give back. Try to make this world a better place for your kids. And most of all, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. All my life I've been so focused on getting somewhere, not taking the time to stop. Enjoy the beauty and wonder around me. I wonder, have you ever done the same? If today was the end of the road for you, would the people around you know how much you love and cared about them? What do you want to experience that you've been procrastinating on, not taking action on, waiting for the perfect time? Those Thursday drives really made me think. Silent and alone, I'd reflect on my life, and it forced me to ask, am I living the life I want to live? Am I coasting through life on autopilot like a zombie, totally tuned out to my family, to the world? Will life come to a close for me like it did for Dad, with regret still on the table? Now, growing up with Dad was a challenge. There always seemed to be big shoes to fill. He always had a way to push me a little more. Then there were the lectures. Jimmy, do this. Don't do that. Why did you do that? Looking back now, I gained a deeper appreciation for all the times that Dad talked, and I just listened. Being a young man, I was foolish and stubborn, thinking I knew it all. Being told what to do wasn't something that worked really well for me. After all, I knew what I was doing. I'm a man, or so I thought. Well, that didn't go as planned. Well, why the hell did I do that? Oof, that was expensive. Then it would sink in. The lessons from Dad. Dad was right. Why didn't I listen? The message was always from his heart, with the best of intentions. That I have no doubt, and for that I'm grateful. His delivery, on the other hand, could have used a little modification. Dad was always conservative and liked to stay inside the lines, whether through his upbringing or likely those life experiences that I heard so much about. There were all of the stories about the piece of land that I should have bought back in the 80s. Or one of my favorites. I should have bought the apartment building. Look at it today and what it's worth now. Always looking into the past and kicking himself instead of looking forward to the next opportunity. Enjoy the journey. Now, if you've ever traveled with children for more than 10 minutes in a vehicle, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Enjoying the journey is difficult when you have to play referee. I don't know how we ever traveled as much as we did as a family growing up without Mom and Dad going insane. For our own sanity, we love portable DVD players in the vehicle. It saves us a lot of frustration. It saves a lot of frustration for me and Christy. It gives us just a little quiet time. As a family, Christy, the kids, and I enjoy going out hiking together and exploring new places. Dad's words really hit home for me one trip. I was at the lead of the pack as usual when I caught myself turning around to look at the kids and prompting them to keep up. Well, let me tell you, it was like I was hit in the face with a branch when I realized what I was doing. In a mad rush to get to the top of the mountain on our hike, I was blatantly ignoring the best advice that Dad passed along. Enjoy the journey is all that I could hear in my head. That's when it occurred to me, so what if it took us an extra hour on our hike? We had lots of food and water with us. We had lots of daylight left. Who cares if the other hikers were passing us on the trail? Let them go. It was that aha moment that changed my mindset. From that point forward, on that trip, I was on the lookout for things that I could find to show the kids, to help them appreciate nature the way that Dad taught me as I was growing up. We looked at everything, the beautiful natural colors of the wildflowers and the smells, pointing out the old man's beard in the trees and why it works so well to start a fire. There were all kinds of animal tracks to show them when I started to pay attention. Thankfully, we only seen the tracks and not any of the animals that made them. During a bit of a rain shower one day, I stopped the kids. During a bit of a rain shower, I stopped the kids to point out the different colors on the ground under a tree. The reason for the difference in the color on the ground, the reason for the color difference is because the ground here is protected from the rain, where over there it's getting wet. So if we want it to stay dry, where would you suggest we stand? Exactly, under the tree. That was one of the best hikes we have had as a family, talking the whole way about what the kids enjoyed doing and what they wanted to do. Really connecting with each other on a whole new level. Being present in the moment, enjoying each other and all the beauty surrounding us. From that day forward, I've made it my mission and my purpose to not be focused only on the destination. Nothing short of a struggle every day to stay present. I've been on the other side and focused so passionately on a goal or destination that once reached, I felt empty again and unfulfilled, not able to enjoy the effort that it took to get there. Now, when I make it to my goal, my destination, or mountain peak, there's a much deeper satisfaction with it. Because I've enjoyed the trip, the ups, the downs, even the roadblocks along the way. Celebrating the little things in life with the people that mean the most to me. Taking the time to just sit and see all the things around me, to enjoy the moment. To all of you here today, the circumstances that have brought us together could have been more favorable, but that's just the way life is. You made time in your busy schedule to celebrate with me, with all of us today, and for that, I thank you. From our family and from the bottom of my heart. Please let Dad's words ring as true for you as they did for me, and please enjoy the journey.